Yeah. Try that with a stand-on mower, y'all. Y'all see that? Those are big piles too. You ain't gonna do that on a stand-on mower. The Skag might do that if you know how to run it, know how to manipulate the deck up and down. Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing this morning? It is Thursday in the AM. It's about 8:30, 8:45, 8, yeah. So, today, like I said yesterday, we're probably not going to be working, you know, full staff or nothing, you know. I got a few lawns I can go do by myself, you know. We're going to have a yard sale this weekend at the house, so there's a lot of moving around stuff, and so I may have Bo come help us do that, help me do a couple yards, then help us do that, and then, you know, if he's not, you know, if he's available. He did call this morning, and I told him I'd have to just see. He said he'll be over there at his truck. So, can't call him back because he ain't got a phone. Boy, he just really shoots himself in the foot by not having no phone. So, yeah. But yeah, I got I got some disappointing news too. So, y'all know the other day when I was over there at one of the jobs, I was talking about doing a little bobcat work over there. So yesterday afternoon, after we got done, I took the bobcat over to another little job that I needed to fill in some holes. And y'all been over there where I cleared off the pond bank and all, and cut bamboo last year. So the owner called me a couple of days ago and says, "Hey Ray, there's some big holes on the front of that dam, you know, and that's from where we dug out tree roots and stuff, you know." And he says, "Hey man, is there any way you can get over there and fill them up, man? Because the water line's coming up and the water's going to seep into those holes, and he's afraid it's going to compromise the dam." And so yeah, I said, "Sure man, yeah, you know." And I knew that the reason why I even left it like that was because it started raining on me, and around a pond when it's raining on that bank, man, it's just too slippery. I couldn't really do anything, and it started pouring on me. So I just, you know, of course I didn't make no money doing that. We got an ongoing invoice over there, and so, you know, he's gonna pay me everything that he owes me the 1st of December. He sells real estate, commercial real estate, so he's waiting on a check to come in, and it's probably going to be a big check, you know. It ain't like my checks. It's going to be probably $30,000 or $40,000 check for him. So, you know, yeah. So, so when I did that, what I did is I said, well, I thought to myself, you know, I'm going to go on and take a couple of attachments over there to that job that I was talking about the other day, you know, over there with the skid steer where I do a little, you know, clearing and stuff, you know. And so I pull up over there, you know, and it's right there by where that other job is. So I pulled up over there, and the old man came out, and his caretaker, it's a lady that, you know, takes care of him. She comes over there periodically to blah blah blah, you know, makes food runs for him, you know, all that. So I pull up over there, and I got the skid steer, you know. I was going to just drop a couple of attachments. I was even going to see if I could do the work today, you know. Well, that didn't happen. So I pull up over there, and they come out, you know. He comes out, and he's like, "Hey Ray, how you doing?" You know, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you know, I was going to know if I could drop a couple of these attachments off here, and you know, in lieu of doing this project over here, you know, so I won't have to be hauling all the attachments around, you know. But when I got attachments and all on the trailer, you know, it's hard to refuel the machine because you have to unchain it and everything, because you can't open the back of the machine. You know, I wish they'd make those things where you don't have to open the back of the machine, where you just, I don't know why they can't put the fuel tank opening on the side or something like they do on a lawnmower. Anyway, So the caretaker said, well, have you talked to Kathy? And Kathy's his sister, you know, the old man's sister, and I deal with her on all the money. You know, she pays me for her yard and she pays me for his yard. Well, to make a long story short, Kathy said, no. So you got to be wary of that. You know, you got to be, well, not really wary, but you got to be, you know, thinking about that kind of thing when you're dealing with some of the older people where somebody else is managing their money. Usually there is a reason why somebody else is managing their money, and it's usually because they make poor decisions and stuff, you know, and you know, yeah, I mean, that's the only reason I can think of. So yeah, man, so that job's a scratch for now. So as the season comes to an end, I'm running into some challenges this year that that I haven't really ran into before. Well, number one, because I've never tried to keep nobody on through the winter, okay? And I'm trying to keep Drew on through the winter, so I need to generate, you know, money, you know, on the reg, you know. So, and see, this COVID has got people where they're a little bit weary, at least down here where I'm at, where they're a little bit weary of spending big money unless they just happen to, you know, it doesn't seem people are spending like they normally would, you know. Yeah, maybe my perception, but yeah. So I'm running into some challenges that I haven't been facing, you know. Though I have money in the bank more so than any other year I've been in business, you know, which is a good thing. But I need to generate some money, even if I do things a little bit cheaper than what I would charge, you know, if the economy was great. You know, sometimes you just got to get in where you fit in, you know. I'm just saying, you know. So a couple of things I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a call out to a city about 15 miles from here that I did some tree work last year, and we put a bunch of trees up in the woods, a bunch of firewood stuff. So because firewood is something that you can always do, you know, especially when you're in November, as long as the wood is seasoned. And see, that those trees have been up in the woods, you know, those big, and I got a video over me doing that job in Greensboro. That's the little city that it's in. Greenville, excuse me. That's the little city that we did the work in. And I don't know what the title of the video is, but there was a lot of trees on the ground, and it was about this time last year. So, and you'll see where I got big chunks. I'm talking about 4 and 5 foot diameter pecan trees and 8 foot long. The skid steer would barely pick them up and put them in the woods right there. And all I got to do is go down there and pull them out of the woods. But I need to call the homeowner down there that I was working for and make sure it's okay. Even though I don't think that the woods, I mean, that it's on his actual property, I would still, you know, have to ask him. So I have to go, because it's actually on a utility property. I put it on the side of the gravel road right behind his house, where the utility company goes up in there. They got a utility thing up in there right off to the side. So you know, I could pull up in there with the Bobcat and I could grab those pieces and put them on a dump trailer, and I could actually bring them home and do more firewood, you know. Of course, when I was putting them in the woods, I was on that job and I wasn't making that much money on that job, so I was more concerned about the running back and forth. Now, I did get about $1,400 to $1,800 worth of wood out of that job that I've already sold. Well, probably about $2,000 worth, because I sold a couple of those before I even got out of the driveway over there. People were buying the wood because it was all hardwood to do. And y'all, the video, it's about this time last year. The video is speaks for itself. Y'all can see how big and how many he took down, you know, like 30 oaks, you know, and yeah, it was bad. I mean, it was a lot, you know, and I ran the skid steer over there for a couple days, cleaning it all up. But anyway, that's okay about the old man and everything. But you got to be resourceful this time of year, dude. If you're not resourceful, man, you're gonna be in trouble, dude. I mean, you really are. And probably ride down here to Fayetteville and do at least 1 or 2, and then come back and do 1 or 2 in the neighborhood, and then maybe help my wife and them start setting up for this yard sale. And I got a few things of mine I'm gonna throw in the yard sale too, you know, some tools and things like that, you know. But the thing about it is, in a yard sale, how many times you go to a yard sale, and just be honest, at least, and you see Stihl equipment in the yard sale? You don't, you know. I don't think I've seen chainsaws, old, you know, home-like cheap chainsaws or whatever, but never no high-end product, you know, like hedge trimmers or from Stihl or Echo or anything like that. If you find anything like that, it's going to be the old electric ones and that kind of thing. So, and when we start putting signs out in my neighborhood that I'm having a yard sale at my house, every, you know, with some tools in it, every Tom, Dick, and Harry is going to be coming by there to see what I'm selling, because they all my neighbors know what I do for a living, and they know that, you know, they might be able to get a deal, and they know I got all kind of tools and stuff. So yeah. All right, y'all, I'm gonna get me a biscuit. Peace out. Yeah, so I'm not even gonna work bow today. It just ain't hardly, it ain't worth it, man. You know, there's not enough money to be made for me to justify working him now on this job down here now. Well, I got 2 down here I'm gonna do. But one thing I'm hearing a lot of people talk about, you know, and you see on YouTube, you know, in the lawn care, you know, arena, is everybody is, not everybody, but a lot of people are investing big money into these leaf trailers, you know, and man, I don't know about that, y'all. I'm just saying, I don't know about, you know, spending $8,000 or $9,000 on a leaf trailer setup for my business. I couldn't. There ain't no way that I could justify that. You know, I don't do hardly any leaf cleanups. I mulch them up, man. And sometimes I'll bag them if it's, you know, a small area. But most of the time I mulch them up and push them to the woods. But you know, up north, there's a lot more, I guess, a lot more leaves, I guess. I don't know. So, but that just seems like a lot of money to me to be investing in, it just seems like a lot of money to invest in something that's seasonal, guaranteed to be seasonal. You guaranteed, you know, not to be using that. Trying to think of other uses you could have with something like that. I guess you could suck mulch up through that thing, cleaning out beds and stuff, getting it ready for new mulch. But we don't usually do that. We usually just put new mulch on top of the old mulch. Yeah, I mean, by the time you buy a dump trailer and all the you know, the big hose and the engine and all the stuff it takes to suck that stuff up in the trailer, it's a lot of money, man. You know, $8,000 would probably be minimal if you got any kind of dump trailer bigger than, you know, 10 foot, you know, 6 by 10. If you got anything bigger than 6 by 10 or 6 by 12, you're probably gonna be at about $8,000 just for the dump trailer. And then by the time you fabricate and add all these things onto it, man, I mean, I can see it easily being at 12 grand, you know, give or take. That's just too much money for me to be investing in something that's seasonal. That's just me, you know, for my particular work. though, you know, I know up north, you guys up north, y'all can make a lot of money with the leaves. And I could probably make money down here with it. But it would be challenging, put it that way, to get my money back. I can think of a million other ways to invest $12,000 in the business and get a quicker return. You know, that's just me. That's why y'all don't see me with a great big dump trailer. I got a 6x12 dump trailer. That's all I need, man. I've never put nothing in my dump trailer that it wouldn't dump. Never. If I get it in there, it'll dump it. I mean, I ain't never put nothing in there that it wouldn't dump, ever. So, you know, it's just something to think about too. But just because, and I think Shane over at DLT was talking about it in his video yesterday, just because somebody is showing you or selling you, or you know, you got to really look at the numbers on that type of thing, because I had much rather not spend that kind of money, and of course you're not going to make the kind of money that those guys make with the big leaf trailers either. And I can't say, hey man, that's a dumb thing to buy or not, because I'm not living up north, where in that marketplace where, you know, where people are needing leaf cleanups and they're paying a few $100s for a cleanup. You know, I just don't have it here on my side. You know, I'm south of Atlanta Airport. I just don't have that here, and I don't see other people that have that either here. You know, I don't see you know, big trailers with vacuums on it and stuff for leaves. I've never even seen one, you know, just in the roundabout, just in the day-to-day operations of my little business, you know, riding around. So I look at all equipment when I ride by it, and if I saw something like that, I would definitely and I would remember it, because I think it's cool, you know, and I like to see how all that's put together, you know. I think that, you know, where I'm at, it'd just be a waste of money, you know. For that kind of money, you better get your money back, put it that way, because that's a lot of money put out in the street, and if it takes me 5 years to get my money back, and I don't know, I know down here for me, it would take years to get the money back, based on my customer base and my clientele that I have right now today. Now, I'm not saying that there's not work like that. I've never seen it. You know, most people down here, they just mulch the leaves up and keep rolling, you know, or push them to the wood line or whatever. You know, like this yard I'm going to do now, there's a lot of leaves, but I mean, there's not enough for me to go over here and tell her, okay, give me $300 to get the leaves up. There ain't that many leaves, you know. You know, I don't know that people pay that down here. I guess there are some people that would. You got to be able to get your money back, man. When you make an investment like that, or you know, when I make an investment in anything, it don't matter if it's a freaking shovel, y'all. I need a return on that investment, and the quicker I get that return, the better. You know, whether it be lawnmowers, you know, weed eaters, blowers, trucks, trailers, all these things. You know, the quicker I get my money back, the better. You know, and I've learned that, you know, in the time that I've been doing this kind of work, that a quick return is what I'm looking for me. You know, now there are some longer term investments, but you know, you got to be able to, you know, like when I bought the skid steer, that was a little bit of a longer term investment, and you know, like this truck, that's a longer term investment, but you got to have a truck, so you ain't no way around that. With the skid steer, you know, you can make money really fast with the skid steer as long as you can keep it running, you know. And I like those type of things where, you know, because if I'm going to invest 12 grand in a damn leaf setup, you know, box, trailer, everything, I have to ask myself, man, are you sure that that's something that you can, you know, justify and make your money back? I would like to be able to make my money back on something like that in a season or two. You know, it's like when I buy a lawnmower. Usually when I buy a lawnmower, I can make my money back in one season. You can. I've done it. So hell, with the right lawnmower and you can make your money back in a freaking month. You know, I like those kind of return things. Now, I don't think that if I bought that, I don't think, and I don't know for sure, I don't think that these guys with the big leaf boxes and stuff, I don't think that they make their money back in one season. Now, they might be able to. They might, you know, there's a lot that I don't know, so, you know. So here we go. For your viewing pleasure today, I will be using the new Stihl Br800X, and this is the property I'm going to be doing. But see, I use the mower for most of this. I just get the blower and blow off the front porch, blow all the leaves out of the bushes, and keep in mind, it does not have to be perfect, because you still got all these leaves that are still going to be coming down. And the bad thing about, and one reason why I didn't bring Bo is because the bad thing about having Bo on jobs like this, he can't think. He doesn't know what I'm going to be doing next with the mower and all. So I don't save that much time by having Bo over here. And the time that I do save, it's frustrating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow where I know to blow. And yeah, I mean, it's just simple, dude. There's just nothing to it, man, you know. Especially when you got the, you know, one of the best blowers on the market. Now I got a 700 here too, but I won't be using that one for this job unless the new 800 goes down. So I'll put you on time lapse. So y'all saw the front in time lapse, and this is what I do is normally what I do is I'll pull the pin out here, you know, and anybody that's been doing this for a while got to know this. I'll pull the pin out, I'll make that deck go all the way down, I will not turn the blades on, and that's how I push all these piles. You see, get them out of the front yard, get them to the backyard, and then see back here, I can just, y'all see, I'm gonna set you guys up somewhere where y'all can see me push this stuff to this edge here, see, and it ain't gotta be perfect, again. But y'all look up in the trees and you can see, and that's my gate. I know I'm gonna be back over here at least 2 more times probably. So, and I think I've talked about it before in some of my other videos. I don't do the, you know, the one-time cleanup stuff. I just keep coming. Now this particular customer here, this is the one that, this is more leads than any customer that I got, okay? But she just has me, she goes from every 2 weeks in the summertime to when it gets to be, you know, about the end of September. I usually come every week. Yeah, you know, from October till the leaves are up. I think I came last month, I came like 3 times in October, and now I'm coming every week solid. And this is only a week's worth here. So, yeah. But just how I do it, man, you know. That's why I knew I didn't need bow. Y'all saw all the blowing that I did up there. See, if I'm on a mower and he's blowing, he does not do, it doesn't work well with others. So I'm gonna try to set you guys up somewhere where you can kind of see exactly what, how, you know, how the, and the Exmark, man, a couple things, man. So the Exmark mower, man, this mower, man, it's just a beast. And the Br800X blower, there is a big, you know, there's a big difference in that blower and the 700s that I have. Of course, the 700s are a couple years old, so they're probably, you know, not at their, you know, top performance, you know, because they've got some hours on them. And I'll probably buy another 800 before the season starts next year, and then keep one of the BR700s in my storage unit, and then sell the other one. Yeah, I always sell the blowers and anything that I don't use, or I don't see myself using again. So yeah, anyway, so the front is done, and y'all saw that, and now we're gonna do the back. Of course, I had to walk around here with a blower for about 15 minutes, blowing, getting everything out of the cubby holes and stuff. And see, if Bo were here, he would be doing that. But see, I know that he would be missing this, and then I would do a piece of the yard, only to find out he ain't blowed that out yet, or this out yet, and he's gonna blow it across the yard. It's very frustrating having Bo on any kind of job where it requires thinking. You know, Bo's the type of dude, you say, hey man, pick up that pile of limbs and put it on that trailer, you know, and that's the extent of his thinking. He doesn't work well with others or with machines or nothing. See, my thinking is always, you know, the machine can do it, let it do it. And the guy or the labor, me included, I need to work in conjunction with the machine to get done thoroughly and with a, you know, a nice time frame. If it's up to Bo, me and him will be over here just as long as I'm going to be over here. I'll probably this is probably about an hour job, man, an hour and 10 minutes, and she gives me $100 a week. So, and it ain't got to be perfect, y'all. Like when I leave, you know, once I mulch all this up right here, I'm gone. I'm not blowing off no more or nothing, because the leaves are steady coming down as I'm even here. I'll be back next Friday to get the other 100, and then the Friday after that Thursday after that get the other 100. So yeah, so it's pretty easy, man. Really, it only takes me about you know, an hour by myself. So, and with Bo, it takes about an hour and 10 minutes. So yeah. All right, y'all, I'm gonna set you up. Peace out. All right, y'all. It's Ray. Y'all have a good evening.